Oh my god. Oh my god. Everything's gotta boot back up, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, I muted myself too! Oh my god! Help! Yeah, imagine how I feel too. I'm freaking just kicking my little legs, freaking look up, and next thing I know, I'm just staring at myself. What have I become? Everything's booting up. One sec. Fuck, dude. Fuck. Why is everything so slow? How could you be so heartless? I'm literally trying to load everything. It's taking its dang time. Library. Vtuber studio launch. Put this over here. Log in. Okay. Bitch is dead in the corner. Okay. It's a shame to tell me I'm pretty. Hello? Girly pop? What is this? What is this box? What is this box right here? What is this? What is this? How to... Hello? What is this? Fugi? Oh, okay. Cool. Hi! How are you guys doing? Welcome in. Welcome to stream number 2. Where we don't play Roblox. How's it going? Hi everybody, welcome in. It's so good to see you. Good morning, good morning. At my usual 2 a.m. time. It's so good to see you. It's been so long. Hi, we're starting over. Good morning. I looked away for a second and everything broke. Yeah. I kicked my power strip. I didn't mean to do that. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes stuff like that happens. I'm playing Mega Man and have very clingy cat licking my chin. How are you? I'm doing good. I got myself a DP. And I got some harvest snaps. I kicked my computer. Had to boot everything back up. But now that it's all booted back up, you know, I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready. And I had plans for today on this beautiful... Oh, ignore that. Everything's still loading up. Ignore the tits that flashed on the screen. It's fine. We're all chill. We're all chill. So what's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Everybody having a good night? What'd you get up to tonight? What you playing? What you doing? How was work? You can tell Big Daddy anything. You can tell Big Daddy exactly how your day's gone. I'm here to listen to you guys. I'm here to give you guys advice. Any kind of advice. Advice on anything you want. There's no advice I'm not willing to give you. You have any problem, what to pick up at the grocery store, I got you. What to make yourself in dinner, I got you. How to fix your erectile dysfunction, I got you. Just let me know what your problem is and I'm happy to help you fix it. I made $4 in tips today. Hey bestie, $4 is better than 0. Good job today, buddy. Woo! What's best for Ghost for fun? You mean what do I like to do the most? Like how my day goes? Okay. Well, I usually wake up to my dogs. I have 2 dogs. And they come and they give me kisses. And I wake up to them wanting to go outside. I go downstairs in my robe. I put on their harnesses and I take them on a quick walk because ain't no way I'm getting dressed because my dog Daisy will not tolerate me getting dressed in the morning before she goes outside. She does not wait for me. So I do that. Then I come in, I put on my makeup, and I put on some matching clothes. And then I go downstairs and I make my dog special breakfast, which is usually more expensive than my own breakfast. I have breakfast. And then I load up Pokemon Go. I try to catch whatever's near my little local Pokestop. See if I can get myself a shiny, because I'm greedy like that. Then I start up my Finch app, in which I'm like a little bird, and that I got a little bird, and I gotta do stuff around my house. Next, I do my dishes reluctantly, because I fucking hate doing dishes. And then I watch some shitty throwaway TV show. Currently, it's The Great North. I really like Bob's Burgers, but The Great North feels like it's written by AI. So I'm not sure how I feel about that yet, because it's so off-putting. I've watched it at least twice now. Then after that, I do my morning routine. You like the Finch thing? I love the Finch thing. I love my Finch. I've been doing Finch for 3.5 years. It's not like, I know a lot of people are just recently beginning into it, but I've got like the founders thing. I've been doing all that. You don't own a dishwasher? I do. I always hand wash my dishes before I put them in the dishwasher though. Dishwasher's meant for sanitizing. Been enjoying a nice freeing paper plate depression. No plates to wash. If you want to hear a real life hack, go to Sam's Club and get paper boats that they use at restaurants. It's like for $19 you can get like 500 of them. When I was in the deepest seeds of my depression, that lasted me forever. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'm trying to like romanticize my life better though lately. I've been really into doing things that make me feel like a person again. I've been really into that. Like I make sure every morning I get up and I change my clothes and that I don't bed rot. Bed rot sucks. Also, I go to the dog park every day for 2 hours with my dogs. And then I usually do some Instacart. Currently getting my realtor's license as well. I don't know why I'm doing that. But I am. You know, I got 2 degrees. I could put those to work, but yeah, I'm a VTuber. Yeah. Doing great, better than me. I've only been doing great for like 3.5 weeks. It's been a pretty rough 2025. 2025 was ass, but I'm determined to make 2026 better. I saw this TikTok a while ago where this girl was like, I'm gonna get rejected like 1,000 times. And she ended up getting like her Dutch citizenship. She ended up getting like a better job just because she had fucking audacity. And I was like, you know what? I'm audacious. I got audacity. If there's one thing I got is audacity. So I'm gonna start doing that, you know? Put it all out there like a $5 prostitute. Yeah, it's a power move, you know? Like when your dick hits the ground and you still decide to drag it, you know? And you're making that big line in the sand with your ginormous dick that's on the ground. And you're trudging along one leg after the other with the dick just kind of like trailing in the back. Making this long freaking trail in the back. But it doesn't matter. Even though you're tired of carrying it around, you keep trudging. And you keep going. And it's making a further dent into the world. And that's you. That's a metaphor for life. That's a metaphor for you doing you, besties. And never forget it. Because if you have audacity, then your dick size grows exponentially. I've never heard this saying. It's pretty common. Or at least it should be. When your dick hits the ground, keep dragging it. Even write in cursive. You know? Claim that ground as your own. Can you do it without ego? I don't know why you would want to, but yeah. You know, we're all kind of like monkeys if you think about it. It's like one of those things where you sit there and you look at yourself in the mirror and you think about all the things that society tells you isn't good enough, you know? When the reality is, we're all fucking monkeys. On a floating rock. And I'm fucking worried about what I look like, you know? You know? We're all just monkeys on a floating rock. And sometimes you gotta take a step back and look down on it and just be like, is it that serious? And it's not. 'Cause, truthfully, if you have grandkids and they have kids, so it's your great grandkids, the likelihood that they know who you are, and they might have heard a story or two, but like what they tell their kids, so your great grandkids will know nothing about you. And there's just not enough time to be worried about shit, you know? If it's not like life or death. There's just not enough time to be worried about it. Bad argument. How is that a bad argument? How is that a bad argument? There's not enough time. If you think about it, the average life expectancy, let's see, what is it? What's the average life expectancy of humans? So it's 78 years for men. 78 years. 78 divided by 2. Because you might think that middle age is like 50. 78. I can't do math. Divided by 2. It's 39. If you're 39, you're gonna die in another time of your life. You're gonna die. Well, maybe. You might I'm gonna do more math. 38 times 2. That's 76. Now you have even less years than you thought. Because it was originally 78. 2026 will be the year of you dying. Oh, don't put that on me. I don't want to die yet. I got so much to live for. There's so much to live for. I can think of a lot of things to live. Let's pull up Canva. We'll talk about the things that you can live for. Okay? Not you, I mean everyone in general. I don't think everyone will die this year. Okay. Let's do a presentation made out of jeans. Jeans. I'm taking some random Canva thing. We're gonna do, okay? Okay, we got this. Denim. Presentation. Jeans. Okay. Table of contents. Resolutions. Bad bitches. Personal goals. Enlightenment. Possible coma. Scarlet fever. This is how I feel like I'm gonna go, okay? If I follow all these guidelines, I think I could have a pretty happy-go-lucky life, you know? Alright. So we're gonna talk about the resolutions. Resolutions. Thinking about things that are like worth living for, you know? Things that you like. Now the question is, what does one like? These are things worth living for. Food, that's a good one. Everybody likes some good food. Unless you're like... food allergen guy. Food is a good one to live for. What's another good thing to live for? Water. I don't know about water. Water helps you live. I don't know if I'd live for water. I'll easy see you're smarter than me, but you do have a point. Fuzzy puppies and kitties. That's a good one. We like puppies and kitties. It's pretty rad stuff, though. I'm not a water girl. I like Diet Dr. Pepper. We could put food / beverage. Bev. Things to live for. E-girls. Twist. God damn it. Now I gotta pull up our DMs. Sunrises and sunsets. Ooh, atmosphere. That's a good one. Sunrises and sunsets. The E stands for energetic, right? No. The E stands for embarrassment. One of those old food bank cupcakes. What do you mean food bank cupcakes? And is it on the board? Love and respect women. I could say women. I could say women. I can get behind women. I don't know how I feel about e-girls, but I could get behind women. They were Walmart cupcakes when they went to the food bank. Then someone got them from the food bank and gave them to me. Oh shit. You hit the jackpot. You hit the freaking jackpot, bro. How do I like? Okay. Freedom. We could put America on our mood board. We could do that. America. Freedom. According to my textbooks back when I was a child, America was the only free country. They gave me a whole cake. I can't eat that, but I want to eat it. Life is short. Let's make it shorter. What are we doing tonight? We're making a grateful board. We're talking about things we're grateful for. For an example, I'm feeling pretty grateful for America. America. Oh, that's another thing. That's another thing. I'm not Canadian. We're gonna write this. We're gonna call this the grateful board. That's good. Oh, this is good. Food and beverages, puppies and kitties, sunrises and sunsets, women. I'm not Canadian. No reason for education books to lie, so I trust them all. True. No, that's still true because those old textbooks still say that's true. That's true. That's true. America is the greatest country in the world. Just look at him. Look at this guy. Tell me you don't love him. Tell me you don't love this little bird. He represents America. I'm grateful for the 2005 Toyota Corolla, the most reliable car ever invented, probably. 2005 Toyota Corolla. Okay. I could see it. I could see it. That's a good thing to be grateful for. It's a good thing to be grateful for. What else are we grateful for? There's too much going on in this board. There's too much gene. There's too much gene. I'll get back in there. Okay. What else are we grateful for? What else? We got the Toyota Corolla 2005. Give me other stuff you're grateful for. Living, laughing, and loving. Okay. Alright. We can be grateful for live, laugh, and loving. Got some antidepressants. Oh. Alright, me too. Okay? We got some antidepressants for Doom Guy's version of Doom. Doom Guy's version of Doom. Okay. We're... Alright. We're grateful. We're so grateful for warm socks out of the dryer on a cold winter's day. Yeah, me too, girl. We like some warm, cozy toasties. Hell yeah. Like all those things. He rips and tears so we don't have to. Grateful for washing machines and dry and not go to the laundromats. Oh. That's a good one. That's a good one. Get a washer and dryer. Got a washer and dryer. Do you like good socks? Good socks. Me too. I also like good socks. Mm-hmm. 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 Clean public bathrooms. Clean toilet. That's a good one. Everybody likes a good clean toilet. Straight from the cleanness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Grateful for the blessing that is Paul. Okay. We got Paul Spoopums. Bidets? Bidet's a fantastic one. There's nothing better than a good bidet. Walked in our bathroom one time, someone had drained one of those little bottles of fireballs and left the stall. The person was probably grateful for little fireballs. That's crazy. That sounds horrible. I walked into this place, I can't say the name of it because it was local, but it was a burrito shop. And I know it's like stereotypical that the bathrooms at like Taco Bell and burrito shit are like foul. I have never been in such a nasty bathroom. There was shit on the walls. There was shit on the floor. There was shit overflowing from the toilet. And it was a one bathroom toilet that was both male and females. And I've never forgotten that. I can't even like make fun of it. It was traumatizing. And I don't like to use the word traumatizing a lot. But I don't know what other word I could use there. Queen Elizabeth. You know what? I could fuck with some Queen Elizabeth. Are we talking about like crazy Queen Elizabeth? The one that like rubs sugar on her teeth? Or are we talking about like the old lady who forced herself to live to be 500 years old so her son never got the crown? The kind of bathroom that makes the poop in your butt go, not here, I'll come back later. Yeah, it makes you pull a freaking turtle. You know how sad it is to pull a turtle like that? Hi Danger, how you doing? More black hole than turtle at that point. True. True. Queen Elizabeth II, the older one who cut cake with a sword. Queen Elizabeth II, the one that died a couple years ago, right? The one that lived to be 500 years old because she did not want to give the crown to any of her horrible children. You know, I still, low-key, I kind of fuck with her. I gotta fuck with her. I'll say yes to that one. Yep. Yep. If I was a monarch, no. No. I think it's best that I'm not. It's a good thing I'm an American. Now look how the royal family's doing. Not so good. Did you know there's a theory that first Queen Elizabeth wrote Shakespeare's plays? I did not know there was a theory about that. That's interesting. She was holding that barrel of monkeys together by shoestring and force of will. Monkeys? I love monkeys. Theory about Queen Elizabeth writing Shakespeare's plays. I do know there are theories of other people over Shakespeare writing Shakespeare. The Prince Tudor theory. Prince Tudor theory, also known as the Tudor Rose theory, is a variant of the Oxfordian theory of Shakespeare's authorship, which asserts that Edward de Vere, 17th Earl of Oxford, was the true author of the works that published under the name William Shakespeare. The Prince Tudor variant holds that the Oxford and Queen Elizabeth were lovers and had a child that was raised as Henry Wriothesley, 3rd Earl of Southampton. The theory followed earlier arguments that Francis Bacon was the son of Queen. A later version of the theory, known as Prince Tudor II, states that Oxford was himself a son of the Queen and thus the father of his own half-brother. Well, that does sound like the royal family being the father of his own half-brother, but yikes. There's an interesting theory about English accents among languageologists. Theory is that British colonies in the Americas preserved the classic English accent, while the ones we're familiar with, the one that changed significantly in comparison. Thank God. Thank God. Because imagine if everyone sounded like they're from Sussex. Imagine if everyone comes out of the rocker singing. The Queen dropping y'all at the royal ball. You know what? Queen Elizabeth, in her old years, when she was getting to the ancient status, one thing I can always respect her for is her variant of the same hat. Like, almost exactly the same in different fonts. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Cause like here, like, check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold up, there's more. It's just trying to make me save it as a fucking web page for whatever reason. We got those. We got these. Like, her hat game was elite. Holy moly. Always looking like she got the Kentucky Derby coming up. Dapper as hell. She did. She knew how to accessorize. And she had a hat for every single color. She was a gay queen. Look at that. Look at every color of the damn rainbow. She's stolen so many robot master weapons. She looks amazing. Oh, crazy. Looking so fancy. I think hats are better than any tiara. Even though they have some pretty sick tiaras. God. Some of the hats just don't even make sense. I'll let you guys see it. Queen Elizabeth II hats. Like, look at all these. Holy moly. Holy moly. Transform. Holy moly, holy moly. Look at that. Look at that hat. Those are some great hats. I love that she went for the orange, yellow, and lime green. Admiring commitment to completing the set. Absolutely. But then, like, she does sometimes like a mix like this, like a minty pink. Minty pink there. That's pretty good. Got like a creamsicle color. She's got like the Tide Pod creamsicle going on. Oiled up Queen Elizabeth. Okay, this is gonna sound bad. I don't see her as oiled up armpit liquor as much as I see her as, like, when she reached a certain age, she's wearing the same, the foundation they use on dead bodies, you know? You know what I'm saying? It's giving dry for me. Like, really dry matte makeup dead person. She was ready to go at any minute. She was very old. But, like, look at that smile. Look at that smile. That's not a bad British smile. That's a pretty good British smile. I watch a streamer judging pageants. Is that fun for you? Yeah, actually, I was in pageants a lot growing up. I did a lot of them. That was something I really enjoyed doing with my grandmother. My grandma was a pageant queen. Imagine 6 Queen Elizabeths side by side, all different colors. British Power Rangers. Oh shit, that would be cool. Oh, that's neat. I guess. It's like, I used to really enjoy it, like, a lot. And probably because my grandma always made it super fun for me. You know, it was never about winning, and it was never about, like, things we couldn't change, you know? It was all about the glitz and the glam. But I grew up doing them, and so I have a lot of friends in pageants, and I will say that a lot of them struggle with, like, self-esteem issues, and they put way more weight into their looks than the average girl. And a lot of them suffered from the pageants, so I hate to be, like, advocating that pageants were super fun, because I feel like out of all of my friends, I am the only one that had a good experience there. So I hate to be like, oh yeah, I loved doing pageants growing up, and then I have, like, all my other pageant friends have horrible eating disorders and stuff. Hi, Johnny, how you doing? Welcome in. We're talking about the queen and her impeccable pageantry of hats and collection, and how she kind of hashtag slays. Oh, speaking of Brittany from last night, kind of a similar deal I feel with pageants. I think, so here's the thing about pageants, okay? This is my unfiltered opinion about them as a girl who did pageants growing up. It is a fine line. It is a very fine line. Because, like, my thing is, if I had a grandma and me and her, like, and I had a grandma, as most do. I had a grandma who was a pageant queen, so, like, she was very well known doing those, and she had a lot of fun doing those. And she was very competitive, and that's how she got into college, and that's how she did all sorts of stuff. And so, like, she took them very seriously, and she had two boys. So they never did pageants. So when she had a granddaughter, she was like, oh, I want to do this. But the thing about it is, my mom was really against it because she just thought that was awful. Is my stream fucking up again? I can't say again. I accidentally fucked up the stream myself. I did that to myself last time. That's my bad. So I accidentally, if you guys weren't here earlier, I accidentally kicked my power cord. Oops. But yeah, so with pageants, my grandma would take me because that was part of her social life. She enjoyed going to see people that she grew up doing pageants with. But even if she spent all this money and I ended up going to the pageant and I was just not feeling it, I never had to, you know? It was never, now listen here. It was never, you have to do this, you have to. It was never like that for me. If my grandma dropped $3,000 on a bejeweled rhinestone pageant dress and I got there and I decided I didn't want to go up on stage, I didn't have to. That's just how my grandma, and that's mostly how my family rolls with things, always. So, like, my pageant experience, I know, is incredibly biased because my friends who I grew up with, it was not an option. It was not a choice. Even if before pageant season, like, they didn't get a choice whether they could even participate. Like, they had to. They were forced to participate. They were forced to learn everything. They were forced to wear the things they didn't want to wear. They were forced to be uncomfortable. And I just wasn't. I wasn't. My family didn't do it like that. My family didn't roll like that. my family made rules like if I wanted to play a new instrument, I had to stick with it for a certain amount of time and stuff. But how about sports? Well, besides basketball, my family didn't roll like that. My mom wanted me to do basketball so bad. She was trying to live vicariously through me with basketball, and I don't know why. But even still, like, when it came to sports, it was like I had to pick a sport. As soon as 8th grade happened and I threw that absolute massive fit, my mom started letting me pick the sport, but I still had to play a sport. My mom said I had to do something artistic. My mom said I had to do a sport. She didn't care. After 8th grade, she did not care what it was. She just told me I had to do one. And then my first sport that I picked was fucking cross country. And my mom's like, Sage, you hate to run. Because that was like my main thing about basketball is I didn't want to do drills because I hated running. And I picked cross country as my first sport. That's where I met my first boyfriend. And who's now in jail. and that's a whole nother story. Yeah, I sure know how to pick them, guys. Let me tell you that. Did cross country too. I didn't even like running. It was just one thing I wasn't terrible at. So my mom told me, she's like, okay, but you cannot quit. If you start this season, you cannot quit. I'm gonna, because like you need running shoes, and I'm not gonna buy you running shoes if you quit. And I said, Mom, I'm not gonna quit, blah, blah. Holy shit. And I didn't quit. I want you guys to know this. I didn't quit. And I was a chronic walker with my friend. Me and her, we didn't run. We did not run. We did not run. We did not run. I hate running. But me and her kind of pretty much walked, jogged, suffered through the 5Ks every time, okay? Every single fucking time. And then my mom, without fail, came to every single event I had growing up. Doesn't matter what it was. Doesn't matter how ridiculous it was. Doesn't matter how much she didn't want to be there. She was there. She was there. She supported me in whatever I did. No matter how stupid it was. No matter how bad I was. My mom was there. And so she came to every meet, and every time me and my friend would cross the finish line, she'd roll her eyes at me and pack up her stuff because we just didn't try, okay? And then it came down to this private school race where a lot of my friends who went to the private school, I decided to go to public school after junior high because I hated private Christian school because they always told me I was going to hell, okay? I'm sorry if you're Lutheran. I have a super big bias against Lutheran. I hate learning about Lutherans. That was awful. Yeah, I had one of those schools. It was awful. I got punished a lot. It's terrible. I was fucking... During their fucking Wednesday services, they would always lock me in this room and make me read the fucking Lutheran book thing. It was awful. It's awful. It's just terrible. Either way, what else was I talking about? So against the one school I was running, I decided to run it. I decided to fucking run the entire thing because I was not gonna embarrass myself in front of the fucking Lutherans, okay? Because I can't fucking stand the Lutherans. I can't fucking stand them. Sorry if you're Lutheran. I have nothing against you being Lutheran, by the way. Nothing against you. Only everything against your fucking denomination. I fucking hate that denomination. Anywho, I decided to run it. And I finished. I had a stitch in my side. I hated it. I hated every second of it. And I look up at my mom. and she's crying. And she's proud of me, and that was the first and only time I've ever done that to her, guys. First and only time. My mom is not a crier. My mom is not a crier. I did it. I proved it to the Lutherans, and I proved it to my mom. It felt pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. And she still talks about it. She still talks about it. That felt pretty good. And then I threw up on the boy I liked, who's now in jail. No. No. Yeah. Yeah. You know, the funniest part about this ex that I have is he was the last ex that that wasn't horrible, okay? I was like, because his jail sentence happened recently, guys. Recently. I'm still kind of surprised by it. But every time I've been, like, just got out of a relationship or something, my friends would be like, man, you got some shitty taste in men. Holy shit, you got some shitty taste in men. And I was like, not okay, but my first boyfriend, who I was with for 4 years, he turned out okay. And now I can't fucking say that anymore. Now I can't say that anymore, okay? And he went to jail for one of the worst things imaginable. He went to jail for literally one of the worst things imaginable. And I'm like, wow! Do you know how my girls group, I got this girls text group from, and one of my best friends, she doesn't send it to me privately, because of course not. You gotta have some public shame in this. You know, I get it. I get it. Gotta fucking mop the floor with me here. And she in the group chat, she posts the mugshot and the sentencing in it. And she's like, is this your boyfriend from high school? 13 other girls in that group, by the way. And you can literally scroll up to where people are like, oh my god, Sage has horrible taste in men. And I'm like, okay, but there's that one guy. And literally a couple messages later, there he is. There he fucking is. There he is. No fucking shit, dude. Holy fuck. And then so I start reading this. I start reading what he's done, okay? And I'm like, oh man, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? And, oh! I still can't believe it. I still literally can't believe just how awful what he did is. Allegedly, since he hasn't been tried yet, but like, holy fuck, that's not looking good. Fucking crazy. I'm thinking about that even now, and I'm like, what the fuck? Try to not give a fuck? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You think I don't try not to give a fuck? That shit's wild. But yeah, there goes the only thing holding me back from awful streaks. Fuck. That's a hard one though. That is a big pill to swallow. Yep. There's something. But you know, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here is the thing. For any girl watching any sensitive boy, if your partner ever tells you that their birthday is not important and is not a big deal, run. Because you will do everything to try to make it important to them. And they will hate you for it. And they'll hate you for it. That's the tough pill to swallow about being a people pleaser. Not true. It 100% is true. Without fail. 8 out of 8. 8 out of 8 boyfriends I've had. Totally true. 100%. Those kind of people suck the whimsy out of the whimsyful. They do. It's the stain on society. The stain. The can't enjoy anything crowd. And they will hate you for trying to care about them. To all my people pleasing besties. That's just how it is. You can drag a dead horse to water and keep beating it, trying to tell it to drink, but it won't. Self-love goes both ways. Are you just being a moron tonight? No offense. No shit! I'm just saying. They will drag you down to their level and they will beat you with it. Every time. Without fail. They just will. And you see this smile that the queen has right here on this page? You see this smile? It'll turn into that. It'll turn into that. That's what happens when you let someone steal your whimsy. That's what happens. Don't let them steal your whimsy. Oh, dude, that's Midsummer. That was a good movie. I mean, I stopped celebrating my birthday in my teens, but I'm not gonna give anyone shit for trying. Like the fuck? That's the thing. That's the thing. It's not the people that stop celebrating, okay? Sometimes people stop celebrating, even though I think you should always celebrate. You should celebrate everything that comes your way. Always. Because what a lot of people don't like to talk about, and I'm not talking about the Great Depressions and all that stuff. I'm not talking about any mental health problems here. Okay? Even though it does apply. Happiness is a skill. It's something you have to learn to do. It is something you have to actively seek. It is something you have to put yourself out of your comfort zone to achieve. If you are not happy, you have the power to change it. And I'm not talking about the full mental health breakdown load of it, which I know is super real. I've dealt with it myself. But happiness is a skill, and you have got to get good at it. You have to. You have to celebrate every little thing that comes your way. Learning how to be in a good mood whenever life doesn't call for it is one of the greatest powers you can have. It's something I actively work on. I am not always in a good mood. In fact, when I started stream tonight, I was in a bad mood. It's just one of those things, though, you know? You gotta flip it in your brain. Something I'm still trying to learn. I'm horrid at it. And it's okay to be bad at it. Just gotta keep trying. It is a hard skill to learn. But like I was saying earlier, life is way too short to just miss out on that part. It's so short. Never thought about it like that. It is crazy, right? Because a lot of our unhappiness is just thinking about things the wrong way. Always. It's so easy to spiral out of control. And then you're just spiraling and spiraling, and suddenly everything is bad. Everything is bad, and you're sad, and you're looking like this, and you don't know how to get out of it. And misery finds company, because misery loves company. And then you float down that algorithm of just self-hatred and self-despicableness. And when people tell you to touch grass, it's like, ha ha ha. No, please go touch grass, because people are nicer than you think they are. They are nicer than you think they are. Because you are nicer than you portray. And people can only understand you as much as they understand themselves. And so, like, this whole everyone hates me, everybody thinks, nobody hates you. I don't know what you've done. I can't say that for a fact. Most people do not hate you. Most people will not look at you and go, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I hate me, though. You gotta change that. Why do you hate you? Gotta flip that around. Be something you don't hate. Adjust. Pivot. 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 And look at me and say, fuck that guy. We'll change the narrative. Lemon star, you say exactly. Stare, smile, say hello to yourself every day. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I started this conceited thing a while ago. Where... Ad time? Okay, one sec. I'm gonna pee real quick while it's ad time then. Because I've had to pee for a minute now. Holy fuck. Back. Ghosty says you shouted me through the power of the internet years ago. Years ago! You can start now! You gotta glaze yourself in order to love yourself. You absolutely do. You absolutely do. I started this conceited thing a while ago where I was like, holy shit. I hate everything about myself. I hated everything about myself constantly. And I started telling people that I was so hot and smart and funny and charming and humble. And I kept saying that over and over and over again. Where it got to be where everyone's like, well, you're all those things but humble. Because you just fucking keep saying it. You just keep saying it. And then people start to perceive you as that. They start to perceive you as that. Except for humble, I can't convince people that. It can be valid to hate who you are right now, depending on who you are. It's not valid to let that be the end of it, though. Exactly. I completely agree with you. So have room to make mistakes and grow. Exactly. Smart, but what if you're more valuable? But what if you're more valuable? What do you mean you're more valuable? By a decent amount of people who love me and the only thing keeping me going. That was quick. Well, it was quick. When I started years ago, I just look at different paths. Still works for me, but cope became apathy for a while. Sometimes that's how it goes, though. You know, had to be apathetic for a minute to get over everything that happened last year, and it was hard. So right is right, and wrong is wrong. Brute force, attack yourself with positivity. The brain is, well, yes, that's another thing, is we are monkeys. Your brain recognizes patterns, guys. It recognizes consistency in patterns. If you consistently tell yourself that you're awful and you're ugly and you're fat and you're annoying and nobody likes you and your nose is not right and you're freaking in all this bunch of dog shit all the time, you're gonna end up thinking it. If you tell yourself, oh yeah, I'm pretty smart, talented, kind, charming, and hot, and humble all the time, you're gonna start believing that too. Oh, and by the way, the game I won yesterday, as it would turn out, was already in my library. I didn't even know till I tried to use the code, so if someone wants Wild Minted, they can have the code. What is real and earned. True. And this is a message to my overthinkers in chat. This is not a message to my fly-by-my-dickers in chat, okay? Because you guys have too much confidence. I believe it's best to be yourself, to feel yourself, and just go out by that. If you start telling people other things, I just don't think that's healthy, but to each their own. I think being yourself is one of the most challenging things a person can be. And I mean this because there are factors that go into it, like fear. And as one person who I know, one thing I really struggle with, and fucking everyone tells me this is autism masking, but I don't think it is. My family, a lot of the times, have called it like a chameleon. It's like basic borderline manipulation. And it's something I struggle with because of a deep people-pleasing desire in me. The desire to be liked by everyone. When in reality, some people just aren't gonna like me. And that you have to learn to be okay with that. And that's hard. It's hard when you sit there and you have to question why they don't like you, you know? And then you start to spiral. And it's one of those things that really hurts when you're just like, well, what's wrong with me that they don't like? But some people just don't like you. And it's okay for them to not like you. And it's okay for you to be hurt that they don't like you. But it's not okay for you to stay in the hurt. And it's not okay for you to morph yourself into something that they will like. That is manipulation in of itself. Through the neocortex, that 6mm layer, wrap the brain with all those neural stacks, but you gotta wiggle them stacks of sadness to happiness. Celebrate those wins. Yeah! Even the small ones, like waking up and getting out of bed. You're already winning there. Winning! Sometimes they're stupid. Gotta just stick with the real ones. Not all foods go well together, if you catch my drift. Sometimes things just don't mix. Except for congealed ramen. You guys are wrong about that one, and I'm right about it. Stupid people exist. I mean, yeah. That's true. Fair call. True. Something I was told is get mad, then get over it and move on. I think that's important. Something I'm learning to do is get mad. Because I realize I have more empathy for other people who wrong me than I do myself. That's something I've been working on the last couple months. Because it's really fucked up that, like, I had this old friend who I cut ties with last year. And they did some pretty horrible, horrible things to me over the summer. And instead of feeling bad about it for myself, I felt bad because I was their only friend and now they don't have a friend. And that's fucked up. I don't know how to describe it besides that. That's something I'm still trying to work for. Because why do I feel bad about a consequence of their own actions? You know? Like, I tried for 10 years to be a good friend to them. And when I stopped talking to them, they tried to make me into the bad guy by pulling all these very, very strange narratives that just weren't true. Trying to get my attention by, like, texting me false narratives so that I would correct them so that they could have my attention. And then that made me sad because I recognized them doing it. And then I felt sad for them because I was like, oh, they're trying. And that's the problem with me, is I don't have, like, I truly don't have a malicious bone in my body. I don't, like, anytime I do something, I never do something with the intent to hurt someone, ever. Never. Never. I don't do it that way. I don't ever want to hurt anyone's feelings, ever. And that's a good thing until the point where I'm protecting someone else's feelings so far that I'm neglecting every single wrong that they do, and I'm enabling the bad behavior by letting them get away with it. It's like awful. It's like an awful cycle where you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? Give me a break. Like, holy fuck. And ever since I stopped talking to them, I feel like I'm not sad as much anymore. Because the world's not as bad as they always said it was, and there's not this constant having to talk about their feelings and this constant crying all day, because it didn't matter what I did to try to help them. They didn't want to be helped. They even told me before that they liked to be pitied, which in my honest to God opinion, like, fine if you like to be pitied. Why would you say that to someone? Like, why would you verbalize that? I don't know. I don't know. I respect their choice to be stupid. I mean, yeah, I literally have to. It's best to just be straight up and tell them you're aware of what's up, you know? Yeah, I think that's a good perspective, too. It's just, one of my main problems is I don't like to be embarrassed at all. I mean, nobody likes to be embarrassed, but that's the worst thing you could do to me. And I feel secondhand embarrassment even more. So much to where if there's an awkward group moment, I take personal responsibility to shift the topic immediately to avoid any awkwardness and horribleness, okay? Because it hurts me. It hurts me. Even if it's not my embarrassment, it hurts me. And part of that's a control freak thing, because I know that's what I am. But so calling somebody out on their bullshit, I know I need to do that, Caesar. I know I need to do that. And it is one of those things that would help me a lot. But I don't want to feel the secondhand embarrassment that comes from it. And how fucked up is that? And I don't know why I'm like that. But that's like one of my greatest just shortcomings with that. Like, cause holy fuck. Oh my gosh. It's just one of those things, you know, where I know I need to be better about that. And I know I need to hold people accountable for their actions. But I don't want to be secondhand embarrassed because they're embarrassing themselves. And at the end of the day, then it's my fault too. Then it is my fault too. Life's a bitch. Victim complexes are weird, man. I know. They are so weird. Spoiled, exactly. The problem with regarding oneself as insignificant is that the more extreme it gets, the more it becomes a form of self-importance. I'm the center of the universe, and that universe weeps for me. I can agree with that, Ox. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting dealing with people like that. It just drains every ounce of joy from your body. It takes it and it siphons it out. Like Mewtwo in Pokemon. There's still stuff I'm working on. Testing, I think I'm back. Did I die? Twitch and my ISP were arguing again. Oh, is it me? No, you didn't. I did? Okay. I got orange bars right now. Same? Okay, so everyone kind of died? You good? I am good. How are you doing? I'm a lot better. So how about them feet? Get those toes out. Twitch kicked out my IP. What's an IP? Like, I know what an IP is, but like, what does it really do? Like, what's the point? I just disconnected from chat. Happens to me often across the platform. I think Twitch is having some issues tonight. It's the address where all the internet data is to be sent to. Thutter IMP. It's where you're located online. So, like, is it like an area code kind of like thing? Because, like, some people have the same IP, right? So is it like a specific block? It's like an address to a house, but for computer and electrons. Oh. Oh. Gotcha. I'm learning stuff tonight. Very specific address to pinpoint you so that internet traffic can translate itself properly for your address. Ah. Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Of course it's AAA. Wow, guys, that's kind of crazy. Got any other questions? I'm sure I can muster up some. Look at us, though, having some deep conversations. That, like, never happens on the Ghosty Sage stream. Look at you intellectuals. I enjoyed the introspection, though. I know. Now back to poop knives, guys. Back to making the best poop knives on the planet. Oh my god, I can't show you all that. Hold up. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. That's a fucking huge ass spoiler. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so we made the Shrek Shredder, poop knife, and then the wicked poop changed me for good. That one's so good with the shitting bricks. I should have been in marketing. Because when IP per plan, so connect to that. Oh, gotcha. Met someone today who reminded me of you. It was sort of why I popped in here tonight. Who? Do I have a new best friend? Eight subs away from 1K. Oh! Hey guys! Go follow my YouTube. Go follow my YouTube under the Ghosty Sage VODs channel. I'm almost 1K, which means I can be monetized once I get to 1K. So I could make some money if you guys would be so kind as to follow. Oh shit. I should do my YouTube intro. Hi YouTube, welcome to Poop Knife Central Station. Today we're going to be doing some philosophical debates and talking about the inner parts of us that hurt deep down inside. And then we're going to be making more poop knives. Keep it real. I don't like keep it real. Hold on, cut that out. I don't like keep it real. That's way too fake for me. And I gotta keep it real. Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Wait, hold on. Keep it real! Just delete this. Delete this. Okay. Hi, YouTube. Watch channel Poop Knife Bingo. Perfect. That seems more up my alley. That seems more up my alley. You know, I just want to be authentic. You know, keep it real for the Ghosty Sage channel. It's not authentic. It's not me. It's not me. Novel ever come back to you about the poop knife deal? At Novel Horizons Official. Hey, how do we feel about the Novel Horizons poop knife? Why am I at, oh my god. I thought that was, I don't know why I thought I was in like Discord DMing there for a second. I don't know why I thought I was in Discord there for a second. I'm just Novel. Hey. How? Oh shit, I missed his last message. Happy New Year. Also, how do we feel about a Novel Horizons poop knife collection? There could even be mystery poop knives. And people will want to collect all 8. It's like Labubu's, where people will be on TikTok and like, I like any of the poop knives except that dang ugly ass Ghosty Sage poop knife. But they're mystery boxes so that one person in particular, we rig it so that they only get the Ghosty Sage poop knife. It would be like a rage bait financial disaster, but I think it could be poggers, doggers. So far, I've made 2 poop knives, but I think the Wicked collaboration one might be harder to get, considering Wicked for Good came out before Christmas. However, I think we could try to swing it if you are into that idea. FYI, I know I'm late on my stuff. Sorry, I forgot. I swear I am trying to be better about deadlines, but unfortunately, I have the brain of a goldfish. Going to be writing this message down, and have been, and saying it out loud so that I both remember and do what I said I would. Also, P.S. Thank you for everything you do. I really appreciate you. You are a big impact on my life. You have made a big impact on my life, and I really appreciate having you as my friend. Smiley face, heart. I leave for 30 seconds and somehow things rotate to poop knives. Oh, hi, Novel. I just sent you a message. Here, I'll pull it up on screen so you can read it here. Hold on. Here you go. The message is why I came back. Oh! Thank you. I am concise. Let me know when you're done reading it. Yippee! Yippee! So where are we at on the poop knives, by the way? How are we feeling about selling some poop knives? Novel. Novel. You might be cooking. Well, no, these would not be knives for cooking. These would be knives for poop. Are they going to be throwable souvenir poop knives? I mean, They could, but they're meant for poop. Anything you guys decide to do with the knives is not going to be covered by your warranty unless it's for poop. That's just what they do, like what they call in the business world a cover your own ass warranty is you cover everything in the warranty of what you're willing or willing not to cover. So if you get in an accident and you stab someone with our poop knives, well, they weren't for stabbing. They were for poop. If you cut yourself when you were trying to cut a tomato, well, you didn't use the product for its intended purpose. Therefore, you suing us would do no good. Because you were only supposed to use it for poop. Does that make sense? Yeah, the no responsibility clause. Buy a poop knife. Step 2, wait for delivery. Step 3, open the box. Wait, I need a knife for that. Step 4, order another poop knife. And you keep doing that. Especially if it's the spooky dookie turd cutter. I love the name Spooky Dookie Turd Cutter. I see the vision. Do you remember my edible idea? I told you like 2 years ago. Do you remember that novel? Can we revisit that one too? Because I actually think that was a really, really good idea still. Hall mat? No. It wasn't at Hall mat. It was the first time we met in person. And I was showing you the edible idea. Wait, you should also make these knives edible after you use them. That's disgusting. Spooky Dookie Disco Booty. The greasy untangler poop knife. No! Not the Spooky Dookie Disco Cutie. Actually, I like that. That's pretty cool. But like, instead it's got like little ghosties on it. Like a little G-spot handle. That's pretty good. For the Spooky Dookie Turd Cutter. So if I damage my toilet trying to dislodge a log with my Ghosty certified poop knife, I could get a refund. Can I RMA my toilet if I crack it with a Ghosty Stage poop knife? Use at your own risk. Yeah. Well, food we can't do. We can't do it? Why not? I had such a good idea, though. It was a really, really good idea. I still think about that idea. It was a good idea. It was a super good idea. I really liked that idea. I really liked that idea a lot. It was super good. It was so good. Hold on. I guess since we can't do it, I can just show you guys my idea. But don't... Pinky swearsies promise me you guys won't steal it. That would hurt my feelings. Where is it? Sorry, I have a lot of ideas. Because food needs too many licensings and stuff. Well, I have my license. It's already halfway through. Where is it? Where is it? Where did it go? Where is it? Okay, here it is. I found it. Wait, are we eating Ghosty say certified poop knife? No, we're not eating the poop knife. I wanted to make... So initially when I started my stream team, I wanted to do a lot with it, which I'm hoping to get started on this year. But one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to do Ghoul Scout cookies. Because I love Girl Scout cookies, but they're not year-round. And I was like, you know what could fucking slap? Some damn Girl Scout cookies. But they're like Ghoul Scout cookies. Like Ghost. Get it? I don't know, everyone was down. We had to like caramel delights. We got like Thin Mints. I might be. What are you talking about? After I spoil it? Oh my god! But like, really? Okay, but like. Cause like I'll get like art and stuff. Also anything for B. Yeah. You know, we have lots of cool people. We got lots of cool people. You know? Could be super fun to do some Ghoul Scout cookies. Anything for VTuber. Dude, anything for VTuber. I would literally throw myself off a bridge for VTuber. Pairing is wrong? What do you mean pairing is wrong? What do you mean pairing is wrong? I like pairing apples. Everybody likes caramel delights. And also, these are just mock throwings up there too. This is just literally an idea board. Parring. I'm sorry, what? There is a VTuber themed chocolate. But what about cookies? Ghoul Scout cookies. Ghoul Scout cookies. Ghoul Scout cookies. Please! Oh, God. Got the spooky dookie turd cutters. I got good ideas. What pairing and why? What are you talking about? So you go with Grimmy's hot. Well, actually, Grimmy and I had talked about the hot sauce, and we would like do like, you know, like cookie mystery boxes, like Bean Boozled, but you put hot sauce in the cookie. It's like what cookie you get a hot sauce from. We talked about it one time, but Grimmy gets busy and I'm a loser. So Okay, let's get back on the real topic, though, of poop knives. If you were a cookie, what cookie would you be? Easy. Strawberry meringue. But I'm not picky as long as there's no nuts in it. No nuts. Legit want that. Oh, it'd be so much fun. Bring it back up with her. She adores you. Ah, I love Grimmy. Grimmy is my best friend. She's my little sweet bean. She's so great. Hold on, I'm robbing this idea. The poop knives, you're on board? You talking shit, I'm all in. There was a chocolate version of that back in 2014 called Bite the Bullet with a chili pepper and some of the chocolate bullets. Ooh, that's cool. No, the cookies, check your DMs. Whoa, Novel, what a completely original idea you have there. I love it. I would be so on board with helping you with that idea. That would be so sick. That idea would be so cool. Cookies are still food though. Yeah, cookies are yummy. I love cookies. What's your guys' favorite cookie? Yes, but if they are pre-packed, we don't need any extra license to sell them. Well, that's how I like them, processed. Yeah, Grimmy's awesome. Love that chick. There's nothing to not love about Grimmy. Grimmy is literally the sweetest, kindest, most thoughtful person on the planet. White chocolate chip macadamia. Oh, that's a good one. Other than classic chocolate chip, if classic chocolate chip is your favorite, that's your favorite. Yeah. Cookies. Cookies and poop knives. One for what goes in your body, and then one for what comes out. What the fuck is your poster? Hi, first time chatter hardcore 24. How you doing tonight? Today we're talking about poop knives. I made this wicked poster poop knife where Alphaba is shitting bricks, and then the poop knives are, you get two of them. So like you're dual wielding them. Would you be interested? How many can I put you down for? We did this one because it, you know, the most popular option around, changed me for good. And then we have the Shrek Shredder. It changes color with temperature. It glows in the dark. It's fit for a king. And it's for your ass. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. I don't get a lot of first-time chatters anymore. I always dual wield my poop knives. I hope you do too. There's no other way I would do it. We could make like the Naruto shuriken poop knife. And then I'm working on a custom brand called the Spooky Dookie Turd Cutter. No? No? Hardcore 24? Are you there? Hello? I see all these beautiful themed poop knives, but do you have a tactical poop knife? A tactical poop knife? Oh, how about a Sakura themed poop knife? She's already the shit. The Cheddar's long gone classic. You know what the funniest part about Hardcore 24 is? I clicked on his name, and he also chatted last year. So he not only decided not to stay once. It says first time chatter, but there's literally a message from 11/14/2025. So we not only decided to not stay once, but we did a second hit and run. Some Girl Scout cookies. Get some of those empty vanilla cookies with a side of Haydn Greek yogurt. Oh my god, prepackaged yogurt that you send out with the cookies with like 2 to 4 week shipping. That's pretty cool. Damn, what a shitty day for a poop knife. You know, it's a tough market we're in, okay? It's a really tough market. Not all of them can be winners. Not every poop knife that we put out there can be a winner. And as a production agency, sometimes that's just how it has to happen. And Blazer, welcome in! How was your stream? Hello, everybody! It's so good to see you. I'm pitching ideas right now for merch items. And one of them is the Spooky Dookie Turd Cutter. We're doing lots of different poop knife stuff. I hope you had a good time at Aunt Blazer's stream. Make sure you go follow her. She's so great and wonderful. We made the Shrek Shredder poop knife. And we also made the Wicked poop knife, which is the most popular around. And it changed me for good. Ultima, thank you for the raid too. Holy moly. Were you guys playing together? Wow, it was quick. How was your streams though, guys? What'd you get up to today? It's so good to see you. Fucking Dookie Turd Cutter raid. Fucking Dookie Turd Cutter raid. What? No coincidence. Whoa. Aren't coincidences funny? When did we stop calling coincidences coinkydinks? When did that stop? Is that like millennial? Is that like out of date? I think everything should be a coinkydink. Coinkydink. Coinkydink, or coinkydink, is a playful, informal word for a coincidence, often used humorously, like what a coinkydink. It can also refer to Winky Dink and You, a classic 1950s children TV show featuring an interactive drawing screen. No such thing as a coinkydink. How does one properly spell coinkydink? It's coinkydink. Same time as legitness.